Well, folks, welcome to our Game 4 pre-show of our Season 3 championships. We're excited to bring you this as we cover what happened in Game 3 and give you a sneak peek of what can you expect in Game 4.
Yeah, it's really exciting. Game 3 was an absolute nail-biter game.
But, spoilers, if you haven't watched that, go watch it first, because we're going to be discussing it right now.
So pause, go back, rewatch, come back. Are you back? All right, welcome back. Yes, Game 3 was absolute nail-biter in moments, an absolute runaway in others, and then it came back and it seesawed battle. What an amazing show from both of our players.
You know, Steve really tried really hard. We saw a much better game from him in this one.
Much better game. He absolutely stuck to a game plan that made much more sense than the first one. I think he got rattled early against Michael, and unfortunately his round one kind of hurt him, but he still managed to claw back 54 points in that game. In Game 3, and I think he did himself proud. I think he did a really good job and played really well, but he did lose. He did lose the game.
He did lose the game. James not only had a few lucky dice rolls, like really kind of cinched, had a few key moments, but had a great game strategy.
He really did. It really came down to that he dominated board presence early, and he forced Steve to make decisions that he didn't want to make. And that ultimately is what you want your opponent to do. Anytime you're playing Warhammer, if you can make your opponent make decisions, they might make the wrong one. And that is a key way to win the game. And that's what James did. He forced Steve's hand. Steve was unable to recover. He made a run at it late, but unfortunately it was just a little too late.
That turn 3 was amazing to see. I was like, turn 1 and 2, James was way ahead. He managed to push hard. He had board control.
James did score 15 on turn 3, but Steve kicked him off almost every objective and took it back. So James only scored 5 primary turn 4. It was a massive swing for Steve. But again, a little too late.
Yeah,
had he made that play a little earlier, I think he would have actually won the game.
It was an amazing turn to see, and there's times where I was like, maybe he could take it.
You know, it came down to that turn 4-5 where everything had to go right for Steve. He did everything he needed to, and then unfortunately James just had too much firepower left. Too many bodies, overwhelmed him, and that ended the game. So he scores 151 points total, an 84-point win, which was, you know, the only player who scored more points than that in any of the games so far was Michael in round 1, scored 88.
Yeah, so going into Game 4, our finale game, currently, James is actually winning it because he's played 2 games. He's got 151 points. Second place, Michael. He hasn't played a second game. He's got 88 points. He's kind of favored to win right now.
He is definitely out. If his dice show up like they did in round 1, Tycho's in some serious trouble.
Yep. And then speaking of Tycho is going into Game 2. We're going to start his second game with 80 points as well.
Yes.
So Michael and Tycho are very close in score.
Very close.
And Steve has a combined score of 78. So unfortunately, that puts Steve out of the running to have a chance here.
Unfortunately, you know, we believed in Steve. We thought he had a moment, but you know, James just took control of that board and made it really difficult for Steve to go anywhere. Unfortunately for him, he's out of the running, but James is in the running, and James is who I picked.
151 points. 151. That second game, 84 points is enough that he has a chance. Tycho or Michael just have to score low. At the very least, he has a very good chance of at least getting second place in this tournament.
He really does. With 80 points and 88 points, that means that 63 points is what Michael needs to tie him. 64 points and Michael will win. Tycho will need 71 or 72 points to get ahead of him. And I gotta be honest, in this mission, it's tough to score.
Yeah, we could see a low-scoring game, and James could come out winning it.
Well, we saw it in the last game.
That's true.
James managed to score 15 and 15 on primary, so he ran the score up. But Steve had 5 and 0 in his first 2 turns, so it's entirely possible that these two just trade back and forth at 10 on primary each turn, which only gives them maybe 40 points on that, which means they need to score another 30-some points on secondaries. Which, if they're smart, they may not. It's entirely possible that my man James can sneak in there and he can win this. So nothing's over yet, that's for sure.
My money at this point is on Watson and Michael with his Necrons.
You know what, Watson has definitely proved his worth a few times. He chewed up a lieutenant real good against Steve, and he's done such massive damage in every game that he's played with him on our channel. But I don't know, those Death Guard drones, those Death Guard Blight drones and Bloat drones really take people by surprise. You know, the ability to move almost 14 inches on the first turn, if you move up too far, they can hit you, and they can hit you where you don't expect it. You think Death Guard, you think they move 5-6 inches, they can't move very fast.
It's a fast Death Guard.
It is really
super
quick.
fast. Fastest I've ever seen, to be honest.
You know, it's a real good hammer and anvil. He can get out there with the hammer, with the drones, and even if the drones die, he's still got all these Death Guard Terminators and stuff walking forward. So if Michael's not careful and he overstretches here, Tycho could definitely pounce and make this a victory for Tycho. You never know.
I really love how we're doing the scoring this year. So in case you weren't following before, we're playing 4 games. There is 4 players, each one's playing 2 games, and the winner of the tournament, the winner of this championship, is actually the player that gets the combined totals highest score, not the winner of both games.
Exactly. It's an aggregate scoring. So if you win both games, obviously you're in a bit of a driver's seat, that's for sure. But it's the same mission, it's the same map, everybody gets the same, and we're matching, skill versus skill, if you will, winners versus losers. I mean, that's probably the most easy way to do it without making this a round robin in 40 games and taking us forever to film it. We want to definitely get it out there and get it to you guys. So, but no, it's a good point. It's a balanced way that we've tried to make it, because let's face it, these armies aren't smash mouth kind of armies. We're playing at 1,500 points. We're not playing at 2,000 points, which is your tournament competitive kind of army. So really what we're trying to do is showcase the best parts of the hobby. Scoring, playing, having fun, some fun dice rolls, some great sportsmanship, and I think we pulled it off. I can't wait for you guys to see what Game 4 happens. I can't wait to see the results. I can't wait for James to win it all, is what I can't wait for.
Well, it's this game's coming out really quickly. Game 4, the finale of our Season 3 championships. We're excited. We're excited for you to see this.
Super pumped. Super excited for this.
Make sure you join us for the live premiere. It's a lot of fun to be there together. We try to get the players there to answer questions and be a part of the live chat. It's a great experience. If you can't wait, you can always join our Patreon. Patrons get a whole bunch of awesome advantages like behind the scenes, but they also get early access. And you can watch Game 4 right now.
It's already up, so you can check that out.
Well, thanks for joining us, and I hope you join us for the finale game, and I hope you've enjoyed what we've been able to present here. Something a little bit different. Season 3 championships. Let us know what we could do even better for next time.
For sure.
And if you've enjoyed this, let us know as well. But until we see you next time, play on.